Hello, Chris and team. My name is Zach Andrews, and thank you for joining me today for this remote walkthrough of the Mood ticketing app prototype. I'll be sharing my screen in Figma's presentation mode, so you can follow along. Please let me know if you have any issues with audio or video at any point. Today's session will cover 3 key features of the app. Remember that what you are seeing is an interactive prototype. This means it is a working model to demonstrate our overall design and functionality, but not necessarily the final product. We're here to gather your feedback on these features, and I'll be walking through each flow, discussing key design decisions, as well as asking for your input along the way. Let's get started. Here we are on the home screen, which leads us into our user accounts and virtual ticketing flow. We'll begin with this section, as these are designed to streamline both the sign-up process and ticket management for our users. To sign up, users can simply create an account from the Create an Account button, or they can sign up using their Apple ID, Google ID, or their Facebook login. If users have already created an account, they can automatically just sign in per the remembrance of the app with their mobile device. For the sign-up process, users will start by entering their name, email, phone number, and password, as well as upload a picture of themselves. If any required fields are left blank, however, an error screen will pop up, requiring them to complete the full form. Once a user has successfully registered, they will land on a main account dashboard, aka their profile, where they can view their profile picture, payment methods, and tickets. This profile page can be accessed at any time via the footer navigation, as you can see with the profile button down below in the bottom right-hand corner. For convenience, the users can access their tickets via their profile page, or they can click the ticket button down below in the bottom footer. When a user gets to their tickets page, they can organize their upcoming events that they have purchased tickets for via either all events, per which venue they have tickets to, and they're always ordered in order of the event of which is taking place. For example, let's go ahead and click the View Tickets button for the Killers. When a user views their tickets, it will pull up a digital barcode, just like this Killers ticket we have a mock-up for. It also indicates whether or not they have a special entry or a special type of ticket, in this case, a red carpet VIP ticket for the Killers. Users can use this barcode when arriving at the event to get scanned in for the event, or they can download to their digital wallet via their mobile device, or download a PDF. Before we proceed further, let's just touch upon what you've seen so far. We have the red carpet VIP label on this example for the Killers event. It is designed to be eye-catching, enhancing the perceived value of the prepaid tickets, a feature that appeals to both social users of our personas and those seeking a premium experience. This leads me into my first question for you, Chris. Does the placement and prominence of the red carpet VIP label clearly communicate the premium entry experience? Would you perhaps suggest any additional branding or messaging for this feature, or perhaps venue specific that we can incorporate into each venue? All right, Chris, duly noted. This leads us into our next feature and flow of the app. We're going to go to the events list, to which you can access the events down on the bottom navigation footer, of which it says events. When you get to the events tab, you'll find a home screen, which will have the listed events for the day of which you are accessing this events tab. Hypothetically, we are on February 2nd, and these are the events that are happening at Mood Phoenix, Mood on Mill, and Mood on Westgate, which shows and is listed below each event title. Users can buy tickets directly from these tabs for each event, or they can start narrowing down their search via the calendar. There is also a list option we included, but we will focus on the calendar view for now, as that is the most visually appealing and easy to show how users would search for an event. As you can see, users can narrow down events per the venue at the top of the events homepage. They can narrow down by venue, or they can narrow down by date, or, as we will proceed further with, they can start filtering which type of events they are looking for. To use filters and search for specific events, up at the top, next to the heart, is a filter button. The heart button is where users can access their favorited events that they have searched previously and want to go back to see events that they have saved, but not have necessarily bought tickets for. However, focusing right now on the Filters tab, let's click the Filter button. On the Filters screen, users can narrow down by date, whether or not it's today, this week, or this month. Or they can even put in a custom range from which month to which month or specific dates. Users can also checkmark if they want to look for events at all 3 venues or venue specific, whether that's Phoenix, Mill, or Westgate. And down below venue specifics, they can look at genres. So they can look up whether rock, pop, punk, rap, metal, etc. For this example though, we'll just focus on rap. After clicking all these filters, it takes us back to the event's home screen related to those search filters. Since we are looking at rap events across all venues, per today and this week, it shows Kendrick Lamar Tribute Night at Mood Westgate, as well as Ice Cube at Mood Downtown Phoenix. Users can then choose which event they want to go to. Before we proceed further with the events details page, we'll just talk about a little bit of our design systems thus far with the events tab of the app. With our design decisions, we went with a calendar view that is clean and organized, allowing users like Mike from our personas to quickly scan for cover bands or his specific favorited type of events. Filtering by date and genre helps users who want to plan their nights, whether they're looking for a spontaneous outing or a carefully planned evening. Bear in mind that we stuck to the requirements that you guys were looking for this app. Only upcoming and same-day events are going to be displayed, keeping the experience relevant and the app clean and organized. The filter option is also displayed prominently from the event's home screen to make for quick access and easy search. This brings me to my next check-in. Chris, does this calendar and filtering approach make it easy for our users to navigate the events, in your opinion? Are there any additional filters or features you believe would enhance this experience? All right, Chris, duly noted again. We'll definitely take that into consideration. Alrighty, well, let's move into the ticket purchasing process as well as the event details page. So if we're going from our filtered events for rap and we click the Kendrick Lamar Tribute Night, it brings us to the events details page. As you can see, it's a more expanded view of the event. It shows the title of the event, the date and time, which venue of Mood it's going to be at in Phoenix, as well as what genre of the event is. Down below it will also show what the age requirement is, the price per ticket, as well as what are the types of tickets offered. In this case, we're keeping it simple with general admission. It'll also give a brief description of what the event is and what users can expect if they are going to attend the event. Also, just to give some access to more events easy from this page, we included a also might like for users who may find other events upcoming appealing that are related to this event, such as in this case rap. We included some fellow rap or hip hop artists that these users who are interested in the Kendrick Lamar night might find also appealing. Let's get back to the Kendrick Lamar Tribute Night. Let's say we're a user trying to buy 7 tickets for this event. However, ticket purchases are limited to a maximum of 6 tickets per transaction, and thus exceeding this limit triggers an error message, as you can see on the screen, ensuring proper order management and to keep users in the appropriate ticket limit per transaction. Once users are in the appropriate amount of tickets that they're purchasing, it'll bring it back to the event details home screen where they can now buy tickets. When a user clicks buy tickets, they'll be greeted by a single screen that finalizes their purchase, in which it will show the number of tickets, which card is being charged to, as well as the final price. Once users checkmark the agree a terms and conditions box, they will then be able to purchase the tickets by clicking the purchase button. Once users click the purchase button, they'll be greeted to a final purchase confirmation page, of which it will show the title of the event, date, time, location, as well as how many tickets and its order number, and a barcode to which can be scanned at entry or can be redeemed at the My Tickets tab at the bottom of the screen that I showed earlier. To further elaborate on our design decisions thus far in terms of purchasing tickets, we have intentionally removed the Apple Pay and Google Pay buttons to reflect the current setup, relying solely on the credit card payments, as those purchase options will not be available at launch. However, we are keeping those in mind per our original wireframe designs, and we can always refer back and include later. The one-click approach also caters to the spontaneous purchases, a common behavior among our users like Lucy, who may want to decide on a whim to attend a show. Alrighty, I'm opening the floor again to you, Chris. Does this streamlined one-click process for checkout capture the spontaneous purchase behavior you were aiming for? Do you see any areas where we might need to incorporate additional confirmation or a review step, as this is a big adjustment from the initial concept we had for the shopping cart? Gotcha, Chris. We'll play around with that some more and circle back with you. Alrighty, as we wrap up and get to next step, let's summarize what we have covered so far with the 3 critical features that we have went over today. We started with user accounts and virtual ticketing. It was a simple sign-up and sign-in process with clear ticket management and the attractive red carpet VIP feature, which will be designated prominently on top of tickets that have premium seating or premium entry enabled. Next, we did the events list and calendar search, a unified calendar with intuitive event filtering to help users quickly find events that suit their tastes as well as preferred venue. And lastly, we did the ticket purchasing process, a one-click checkout flow that enables fast and spontaneous ticket buying. I appreciate your time today, Chris, as well as the rest of your teams. Your guys' feedback on these flows is extremely valuable. Your insights on the VIP branding, filter usability, and checkout process are vital into us refining the app. I'll send you a recording of this session along with a link to the Figma prototype for further review. Before we wrap up, do any of you have any questions or suggestions regarding any of these features? Thank you again for your participation today. I look forward to all of your feedback as we continue to enhance the Mood ticketing app and further expand on what the app has to offer. Thanks, everybody.